G'day everyone, Goober here with another Torchlight Infinite Season SS6 video. Now, I don't know why, but whenever I watch someone in deep space, they'd have like a trillion DPS, and I always thought that you needed like 2 or 3 trillion DPS to do deep space. Now, I don't do a trillion DPS. I don't do 2 trillion DPS. I do nowhere near that damage, especially in drop spirits, which I'm currently doing right now. If I switch to my DPS to burn down the boss a little bit and then switch back to paint for the loot. That was actually pretty underwhelming, that one. But it's kind of disappointing that I didn't try deep space earlier. Someone mentioned it in a video yesterday that I should try deep space and profound and compare the pair. And I thought to myself, well, there's no way I have the DPS to do deep space, surely. Like, people with a trillion DPS are doing it in DPS spirits and stuff, not using their drop spirits. And I hate doing maps if I'm not using my drop spirits, you know. What is going on here? Why is this guy immune for so long? Oh, I'm gonna die. Now, I am not tanky at all. I do have a pretty nice weapon now that I've double corrupted it. And it is a little bit... You do die a lot. I die a lot, but it's doable, you know? And the loot that you get is kind of insane. So, actually, I'll check that skill that I got. Not bad. So I've just bought 20 deep space beacons. I actually got a 20 stack off a green in here, which the greens take no... That's just free loot, you know. And I actually did a force color on this one. I lost a rainbow, so I decided to just accept a bunch of ones because I didn't want to lose another rainbow and start again. I've got a nice one here. Let's go check that out. ×2 a rainbow. Hopefully it's good. Oh, machine guard. That's going to be worth heaps. So another 48 flame elementium there. A 2 tier 1 item. So the loot in here is kind of insane. And I bought Glacial Abyss Deep Space because the star shards are worth 2 each versus other areas where they're worth 0.5 each. So I didn't mind spending 1 extra flame elementium for a star shard that's worth 1.5 extra. Just makes sense. But the rest of this loot seems relatively I'll do the level 6 and then I'll show you how I struggle through a map. It is rather laggy, especially when I don't have lightning. If I get the lightning, it's a joke because lightning is overpowered as fuck. But I can kill things without lightning. It just gets a bit laggy. Oh, is that the whole map? Yep. So I don't know how much I made from that one, but it was at least 300 flame elementium. And I'm pretty sure I'm at least breaking even from the maps. So that's good. I might as well quickly show a little bit of an update for my build, I guess. People have been asking for that and I keep forgetting. So this is my current DPS in drop spirits that I'm doing deep space with, which is crazy. Well, this is the drop spirits. About 300 billion DPS. I thought you needed like 1 or 2 trillion to do deep space, but 360 in drop spirits, DPS spirits, 600. So on the bosses, sometimes I switch to the, it's double the damage, so makes sense to switch across. My most notable upgrade is obviously the weapon that I crafted, which is kind of insane. 2 tier 0 plus from corruption. I can redo the blur effect into something else. I should do like erosion pen or something. It's surprising that after corruption, etc., you can still change that. So I might actually do that. I want to see if I can, if erosion is better. Erosion pen is better. I'll leave it how it is. So skills, no change from the last one. I haven't upgraded my candles, which I probably should because they're kind of horrible. I should get a control spell candle instead of cataclysm, so I don't lose that 18% additional damage. I should get a better track. I should get a 0.3 second 5, but I haven't. Yep. Black hole. I put on well for battle because I maxed out my energy. Starstalker, precise skills. I'm not sure if I had precise ones last time. Precise seal conversion would be nice, but I'm not rich, so there is that. Onto talents. Nothing really changed here. I think I've gained 1 more level since last time. This is the reason that you get blur effect on your stuff. Blur gains an additional effect of plus 20% additional ailment damage. If you didn't have all the blur, you'd probably just go with affliction. Statue of the New Gods. I did upgrade a slate. I was chatting to my brother. I'm like, I'll upgrade this and see what happens. So 8% chance of 1 additional wilt. I had these 2 before, but they just had garbage ones down here. So I'll gain plus 3 additional defensive skill. Blur gains the effect of 1 extra blur effect per life lost. Most of our life is reserved, so that's air quotes lost. And additional erosion damage per stack of wilt. So that's really, really nice. I should upgrade this one to something better as well. However, I'm just being incredibly cheap. And I could obviously get a spark and throw it in there just for some extra bonus stuff. But yeah. What else? Skills, talents, hero traits. Not much has changed here, I don't believe. And that is the build update. Quick builds. Guess I'll just make this scuba current or something and update the code in the description of the video. So that is the build update. Apparently this is good enough to do profound. If you don't have weapons like this, a very, very cheap way of doing it is just to search for memories. I use these in profound It is insane how good these are. If you just go down to the legendary affix and get ones with... Am I blind? Yes. So just get ones with... actually, if you can get them corroded here, then sure. Like 50 flame elementium, that's insane. It's insane, and it's 99% as well. 99% and 51%. That's just a crazy good weapon. If you can get ones, so I had 2 last time. It was even better explosion. Why can I not see things? There we go. Tier 0 explosion and tier 0 wilt. 450, 500. Like, they're just going to make it so you can blast through profound like it's a joke. But since I crafted my weapon, I kind of feel obligated to use it. So I don't think any of this is worth anything. Likely story. Let's see what that is. That's not bad. But anywho, maybe I'll lock it and try and sell it for 5 flame elementium later. So we'll recycle all this. I'll show you what I am doing. I was surprised that I could even do profound, so that was a test run. It's the first one that I've done. I can do the black sail as well, so that's pretty easy. Apparently I've had a couple of glacial abyss ones drop. The tree that I am using is just my profound tree. I've massaged it a tiny bit from yesterday's video. Nightmare, no change. Drop quant, I've put a couple of points back in here. I changed how this is. I want the more threads. I want to focus on threads and see if that's good. I was doing hero memories. Onto the beacons. I had it going across here to chance to be upgraded, and down here for magic monsters to drop a time mark 8 beacon. I needed the points, so I've just gone up here, and then I have instead gone with a bit of progression for God of War and the chance for God of War followers to attack. That is for the chest. Hopefully I can get a chest or 2. If I don't get the chest, then I'll probably get rid of the God of War stacks and put them back into something else. And the Constellation, the star shards are why I'm doing Glacial Abyss instead of something else that's cheaper. So I've just gone with this stuff here. So let's have a quick look. The compasses that I'm using is Eterna, because Eterna just adds enemies that drop decent loot. Extra magic monsters for the tree bonuses. War. This one's a very cheap war. I don't need the movement speed, etc. from God of War, so I'd just go with that one because it makes God of War last the entire time, and I'm definitely getting to stage 10 every time. And finally, 100% chance for the Black Sail event to be triggered twice. It seems to be triggering 3 times pretty often, and I just juiced to the 4 because I'm cheap. I probably shouldn't be cheap in deep space, but I am, so hopefully this doesn't trigger, and we can... I wish it was changed to... Please don't trigger. Ah, nice. Alright, hopefully I can get some yep, there we go, lightning. So I have been getting quite lucky with the lightning early, and oh, it's just T8. I thought it was deep space then. I should change the icon. So hopefully I get another lightning refresh. So this is drop spirits. Lightning has fallen off and I'm still killing stuff at a semi-okay pace. I'm probably going to die here because I'm going to start lagging because there's too many elites. I managed to get through it, it seems. Hello, Leo.
Hello.
So I got lightning again there. Was a bit rough for a second, but we should breeze through most of the map now.
Hey, you should be doing your work, not playing games.
Shh! Don't say that. Anywho, Leo's home from school because he is sick. He should be resting on the couch. I do want to kill that guy, but he's got a shield, and he's probably going to kill me. Yeah. Oh, how did I not die?
Maybe he didn't see you.
I'm pretty sure he saw me.
Maybe you were hiding under his butt.
Maybe I was hiding under his butt, hey? There we go, got him. God of War's about to fall off. I don't have lightning for the black sail, but it should be okay. I'll just switch to DPS spirits for the boss because they generally take a little bit of time. Switch back to drop quantity to actually kill him, and he doesn't really drop much anyway. We'll see how this goes. Shouldn't be too bad.
Whoa, he just spawned a bunch of monsters.
Yeah. This one's called the Black Sail event. So they spawn lots of void pirates.
But when you're doing like the real map, do they spawn the other monsters?
This is only at the end of the map.
Oh.
So I kill some have tags during the map that make it so I can get different bonuses from these. But this event is at the end.
Mm-hmm.
The ones during the map don't really do much anyway. Showing me your big muscles.
I'm showing myself there.
So that is pretty much what we've got at the moment. Yeah, it's only orange. And that's what I'm doing. So it's pretty interesting that I can do deep space with basically 300 billion DPS. And the rest of my gear is not that fantastic. Like, that's as basic as it gets. Can't do a price check. I did upgrade this. That was like 100 flame elementium. My gloves are still basic, not basic. I did corrode this as well, so I got a tier 0 dot on a item level 86. That was pretty cool. It's only 5 flame elementium to attempt a corrosion, so if you're not planning on selling the item, just hit it with a corrosion and see if you get lucky. You might get a double tier 0 item level 86 weapon. It's pretty cool. I keep trying to upgrade this whenever I have the stats. So I've got 3 ultimate embers here. I'd like to hit focus blessing stacks or better penetration. There we go, tier 2. That's not bad. Have another crack. Tier 3 and tier 2. What?
I'm asking you if you want a muffin and I can have one.
You're asking me if I want a muffin because you want a muffin.
Yes.
Well, Mum bought them, so it'd be rude not to.
Mum said I could have them.
She probably bought them for your lunchbox.
Yes.
I'll have one later.
Okay.
So there's that, and the other affix is just going for tier 1 energy shield. I got 80 goes at this.
80 goes?
80 attempts.
What does attempts mean?
Attempt, when you attempt to do something. 80 tries.
So like you put a tent up?
What? Attempt, not a tent. Well, it failed again. Probably just cheaper to buy a new one of these rather than doing this, but whatever. Anywho, that's all I've got for this video. Don't be afraid of deep space. Give it a crack, and maybe you'll get lucky. Cheers.